love that.
Yeah. Well, hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Holly.
I'm Erin.
Blunt and blessed is happy to have you back.
Yes. So, how's your week?
It's been okay. By the time this comes out, I will have a new job. So there's that.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, so I will be at the high school now, head secretary at the high school. So that'll be cool. I will miss my current job a lot, but I did it for the kids and the schedule and having a month off in the summer and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of a pay cut, but we'll figure it out and it'll be fine. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, it's been kind of slow moving my week just because I'm telling some of the people we support that I got a different job and stuff, so that's kind of hard. Just makes for a long week. It's kind of emotional and kind of figure
Yeah.
strategic, trying to figure out who to tell when and stuff. So yeah, how's yours?
Not too bad. We're gearing up for Holy Week, so this is one of the busiest times at work, obviously. Yeah. And you can ask me next week how things are after Easter's done. How about? Because,
True. Is
yeah,
it bad of me? I don't even know when Easter is.
next Sunday.
Okay.
This Sunday is Palm Sunday,
Okay.
and then you have all of the holy days next week, and then next Sunday is Easter.
I never know when Easter is because it's never the same.
No, April 5th is Easter this year.
Always?
No, just this year.
Okay, that's what I thought. But
It
I'm
was,
right in thinking it's always different,
yeah,
right?
and this
Yeah.
year it is early. It seems really early. Like we did not have that much time between Christmas and when Lent started. Like
I was gonna say,
it's
I thought that things
crazy
were like, yeah, really. I
because
never
Lent's
felt like Lent was, yeah, really close to Christmas. And this year I also felt the same way.
yeah, because
People
Lent
talking
started.
about it and stuff. And I'm like, what?
It started like halfway through February.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And
Super
it's
early,
usually not until March ish.
usually.
Beginning
Yeah,
of March ish is when that stuff starts.
yeah. Like I
Yeah.
feel like we didn't. We really had no downtime. It was like we got done with the Christmas stuff, and then we were gearing up for Lent right away. So I
Yeah,
feel
getting
like
ready and
So
the transition. Yeah,
maybe in April I will feel not so crazy. Maybe. I don't
maybe.
know. Do you have a mom win this week?
Oh, snap.
Okay, well, I'll tell everyone my mom
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
So this morning we did Natalie's hair and makeup for softball pictures. And that's a win because she doesn't ever want her hair done and she never does her makeup, but hopefully her softball pictures look awesome. So,
I think my mom win is just keeping things to myself.
oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Not saying some things out loud. It could be detrimental to myself, my kids, relationships, just things in general. It's not like bad. It's just like, maybe we don't need to say that. I'm kind of taking my advice that I've said to like one person supported specifically that at work very much likes to go like to worst case scenario, but also feels like everything she thinks needs to be said out loud. And all the time, I'm like,
yeah.
there was an example one day, and I was like, that could have kept that to yourself. We didn't need to say that out loud. We can say that in our head. We just don't need to let everyone know that that's what we think right now.
That's an inside comment.
It's more of when your boss, like if your boss came in and wanted to watch you work,
Mhm.
you'd be like, "Oh, I'm fucked," right? But like that's something that like she would say out loud. As her boss came in and was there to watch her, she'd be like, "Oh, I'm fucked," and she would say it, and I'm like, "No, no,
Can't say
we
that.
think that." And I said, "I even think what you said out loud. Like I would think the same thing, but we just think it. We don't say it." So that's I've taken my own advice, and so lately it's been that more so when it comes to like kids and graduations coming up, and then
Mhm.
so we got one dynamic, and then we got the other dynamic that you already know very much about, and so we're just gonna keep comments to ourselves.
Mhm. It doesn't help anyone.
No,
Yeah.
right. And it just gets me more fired up. And then at the end of the day, nothing is solved. I'm just more mad. And so I'm like, I'll just keep it to myself. I'll do whatever. It's fine. And then we move on and we do the Natalie's letter thing,
Yeah.
but it's
Mhm.
in my brain. And I'm just like, all right, well, if I still am upset in like 2 days, then I'll talk to people about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see where I'm at. We're only a day in to
Oh,
some of the thoughts.
yeah.
So
Well,
I think it's helping though. I think it's a mom win.
yeah.
Yeah.
Might also be your Jesus take the wheel moment.
It very
Well, we'll
well
see.
might
Maybe you have a
be.
different one for that'll be the end of the episode, so we'll see.
Right, we'll see.
So today I'm just gonna start out. So, have you ever felt like you're doing everything for everyone, but you're still failing? Because that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about,
Burnout.
yes, burnout, boundaries, losing ourselves, all the things.
Self-care type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a relevant for moms, probably some dads out there, but for sure moms out there are gonna
Mhm.
feel this episode because
Yeah.
we're all
We do.
feeling it.
We do.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely we do.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go right into,
What it looks like for you?
yeah.
What does your burnout or when maybe you're, like, lenient with your boundaries or whatever, what does that look like?
I mean, I'm always tired, and I never. So I blame it on. I mean, my iron's low too, so we're gonna blame it on that too. But
Yeah.
like just having that constant exhaustion, like it doesn't matter how much you sleep, like still feeling tired because there's just like you don't have any more energy for anything because your brain,
Still needs rest. Yeah,
right?
like
Because it never shuts off.
yeah.
I'd like to sleep like my husband.
I know. I said that Tommy has said that to me. He's like, I'll be like last night I said, "Okay, so what time do you think we need?" I was like, "Next week's busy. I have this and then this, right?" And like my last day works Tuesday, blah blah blah. I have orientation for my new job, and then I was like, "Friday, what time do you think we're going to leave? Or what time do you think we should leave?" And then he goes, "Friday. I have my work meeting." So he's talking about today. And I go, "No, like next Friday when we have to leave town, when do you think we'll leave?" And he's, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I like to literally think about it every single night when
Hmm.
I'm going to bed, like what my week looks like. And then if I play it enough every night, I just know what it's like. Like it's just I've thought about it so much." And he's, "Wow." And he goes, "You should just turn off your brain." And I was like, "That's not a thing."
No,
And I go, "So what time do you?" And then he's like, "Oh my god." So he looked up on his phone how long it takes to where we're going for lacrosse, like whatever. He should probably leave by 10 a.m. And I go, "Okay, we'll leave at 10. Sounds good." And then I was like, he's like, You're fine. That's all you wanted?" And I'm like, "Yep, that's all I wanted." And he sleeps like a oh my gosh. People say like a
but
babies
babies
don't
don't sleep
sleep,
well.
so I don't like that phrase at all.
Like a teenager.
Yeah, no, he sleeps like a teenage boy who has
Yeah.
zero cares. Just zero. Just out like a light, have no worries. He says
Yeah.
that all the time. He goes, "Do you know we're riding in silence right now? I'm not doing this. I'm turning." And I go, "Nope," because I don't even realize that there's no sound in the car. And he's like, "Wow." That was the
Yeah.
other day. And
Yeah,
I'm
because
like,
it's
"Yeah, because
constant.
there's stuff in my mind.
Hmm.
You're in silence. I'm not." And he's, "That's insane." Yeah. So Justin and Tommy, if we could sleep like those two,
Hmm. I
we'd,
wish I could.
we'd be feeling fresh. Yeah.
Nine nights out of 10, Justin is snoring before I ever even like my eyes could be closed, but I'm
Hmm.
not sleeping.
That's Tommy last night. I was saying something and he was falling asleep when I was talking. And then he's like, I said, like, needed a response and he didn't. And I was like, "Yeah." And then he's, "What?" And I was like, "I just literally asked you a question and you're sleeping. So, like, good night." Like, my brain's still going. Yours isn't. Yeah. All the time. He doesn't even have to be tired. We'll go to bed. I last
Mhm.
night was falling asleep on the couch. We went to bed, and by the time I went to bed, I was, like, awake again, and then he's falling asleep before I am. I'm like, "What in the hell is this?" Like,
Yeah, I feel
gosh.
that. I do. I feel that.
I think my sign for me is, like, getting really just short with everybody around me, with the kids specifically and stuff, like, the tiniest thing will annoy me. But it's usually because of the mixture of overstimulation and being burnt out. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, kind of all of it is, like, cloudy, and I get
Hmm.
very short, overstimulated, and burnt out, or those the one of those 2 things is happening in me if I get really snappy with people.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I definitely, if I'm burnt out or that, like, I am definitely shorter with the kids because my patience is like nil.
Yeah.
But I also, it's like one of these on. So I also will have like, if I'm really burnt out, like I will have no emotion for things that you really should have emotion for because like you're just tapped out,
Oh, yeah.
you
Yep.
know,
No,
like
me too. Yep. I was yeah.
where you should be like
You
happier. having fun or
or
whatever, and you
something
just
and you're
can't
just not.
because.
Yeah. Or
Mhm.
like even something's like sad, you're watching a movie, everyone's crying and you're just like, "Whatever."
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yep.
your brain can't take anymore.
No. You're just like, "Yep, that's happening. Whatever."
So the next thing that the invisible load. So for moms, especially, I mean, some of this is what we were just talking about, right? Like your mental checklist that never ends. Like you can't turn your brain off, like because you're going through like everything that needs to be done the next day or that week or whatever it is. Like you can't just turn it off. Like you got 12 tabs open and there's music playing somewhere, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I struggle specifically if we're like going to go somewhere. You know what
mm,
I mean?
yeah.
And I think that's probably any mom is before you're gonna be going on, like, a trip or before you're gonna be going just something that's just a little different from your normal routine.
Mhm.
Makes you kind of stay up and make sure you go over, like, those checklists, like, even more
Yeah.
just because it's something there's a small change in our routine, like, "Okay, is everything gonna be okay?" And you kinda run through everything just even a little bit more extra.
Yep.
I found myself, like, last weekend when we were leaving Saturday morning to go to lacrosse, I was like I put food in a bucket and the cooler's ready. Like, literally, that's the only thing that's different.
Yeah.
It's not like I have small children and I need a diaper bag and I need what it's like, literally, that's it. And I was still in my brain going like, "I hope I have everything." It's like, "What?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, you do. You have a snack bucket on the counter."
And
Like,
you're only going to be gone for a day.
yeah,
It's not
when
like
we're
you're going to
just
be gone
driving
for the
there
whole
and back.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. And I'm, like, thinking that it needs to be this big, outrageous thing, in reality, it's just like, we're just leaving for the day. A day trip to Omaha and back. That's
Mhm.
it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing too is, and I know you feel this, is being the default parent.
Yeah.
Bella and I talked about jokingly, like obviously Justin works more hours. My job is much more flexible. I don't work as many hours. And so I am the default parent because I'm the one that's with them all the time. Even
Mhm.
if I'm at work, 9 times out of 10, they're at work with me. If they're not at school, one of them is there with me, or we're
Right.
doing something that involves, and as moms, we do all the things, right? We get all the forms and the Justin had no idea how much money I paid out last week for all of the things because
Even
like
right now today,
everything. Yeah, the picture order
a
form.
picture order form, you're like,
Mhm.
"Well, there you go. Here's this. The form's in this place and go get it and blah, blah, blah. My checkbook's here and this
Yeah.
is there and find a pen and we'll figure it out." But yeah,
Our,
you know where everything is because if Justin were here and was like, "Okay, oh yeah," if you're like, "We need the form," he'd be like, "Oh yeah, the form.
right.
Where is that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just because like their brains just don't do that, you
Mhm.
know? Even if he was here, his brain just doesn't do that.
Right.
His brain remembers other stuff though.
Right.
Oh, the furnace needs to be changed. You're like, "Didn't know."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
has
he'll be
other
like,
things.
"Our our whatever," or "We need to check this in your car.
Yeah.
Remember that light was on?" And then you're like, "No, I didn't remember." Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. I
So their
don't.
brain works differently. Tommy's the same way. We need to something. We should probably he said something about the garage door. I don't know. Something the other day and I was like, "Yep, should probably do that." And then I'm just like, "Do you have the thing?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." It's that give and take. I get frustrated because I'm the default parent at two homes. And that's what gets to be that's what really gets me to 100 with all of it though. Like with my patience, with being overstimulated, like I get overstimulated with that in general, like really fast, faster
Mhm.
than I used to, way faster than I used to. But yeah, like that's what's exhausting for me is when I'm like, try to explain to the kids when you're at my house, you're a priority. When you're not at my house, not to say you're not a priority, but other things shift to that spot. So, like Tommy and I going on a date becomes a priority when you guys are at your dad's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys are no longer the top priority. So, I'll be going somewhere with Tommy and then they'll call and they'll need a ride. And I'm like, I can't. And then I feel bad thinking that it should be like, that it's my fault when in all reality, it's not my fault because they're at a different house and that parent should have arranged if they couldn't, you
Right.
know? And so that gets frustrating. And I give tips the best I can, like call Trey, call Layla, like two other teenagers that are just in Brookings who could potentially have time to come and grab you
Right.
quick that like aren't tied to anything, but just call.
Mhm.
Like you just said, be a problem solver. To Natalie earlier, it's the same thing with you. Just like be a problem solver. Do you know how many people live in this town that you know?
Mhm.
You have, I could say right now, Grandpa, Grandma Nita, Trey, Layla. Did you call any of those 5 people before you just called me?
Uh-huh.
No? Weird. I was the first one. Let's go through the other ones first and then call me back. And he never calls me back because Layla, Trey, someone
Someone.
picks him up. But that gets to be exhausting for me just because of that. I try to explain it to them too because they're old enough now. It's not all, not to say it's all like on Ryan or Travis or whatever. They're all old enough that
Yeah.
like this falls on you now. Like I'm telling you that you need to do these steps first,
Yeah.
you know? But it doesn't happen that way.
No. Maybe someday.
One could only hope.
I mean, I
We're not
mean,
going to hold our breath though.
yeah, I would agree
Yeah.
because I'm not. I think you want to go to the next. I think we can go to the next one. I
Sure.
think we've gone. Yeah, I think we can.
Sure.
Boundaries.
I don't.
So moms are really bad at
Mm.
boundaries. So my one of my goals this year was to set more boundaries, especially in regards to things that I thought were positive. Not that I thought were positive. Positive things, but were taking up like a time that I should have been
Oh, right.
like
Yeah.
with my family, right? Like
Right.
just because it's a positive thing doesn't mean it's good for you. Like that's
Right.
but we feel bad, right? Like I feel terrible. Although I am going to say this, and for all of you watching, I don't feel bad that I haven't gone to one prom meeting. I don't feel bad.
I wouldn't feel bad either.
I'll bring my $5 to the office. You can have my money, but
Everybody's fine, but you can't have my
you can't
time.
have my time. And
Right.
part of that, when we've talked about this before,
Yep.
and I do feel a lot of guilt when I don't do some of the things at the school. But in turn, also for anyone watching, if you go to my church, I'm sorry, but I pick up the slack there for things that people don't want to volunteer for at the church because they're spending all their time volunteering at the school. So like then I feel like I
Right.
pick up the slack there because
Oh, right.
I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah.
so
But
part of
that's
that is
true. Hey. Yeah.
so
And it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, where you go, okay, no, I'm not going to feel bad. Like I'm saying no to this. That's like my therapist, sports mom, boy mom, whatever,
mhm,
all the things. And genuinely all the time is like, I don't feel bad. You baked your goodies for this baking sale. I bought mine and I have zero shame.
mhm,
And
mhm,
you don't get to make me feel bad. I have other shit to do. I don't know, like a job I work 7 days a week until
uh-huh,
8 p.m. She's like, I bought
yeah,
something. Be happy I brought anything at all.
mhm,
Like, so, like, be happy your $5 came. Because
right.
I could have just chose not to even do that.
I can bring you $10 if that makes you feel better. I
I
mean,
know,
I don't
yeah.
really like
Yeah.
seriously.
Here's $10 for the fact that I haven't come to the meetings. Here you go. Yeah.
I just don't. But I think so. I used to, and I don't know,
I'd
the
feel
people pleasing thing used to be
yes.
a
It
real
was really
thing.
big for you.
Yeah,
For
like
you, for
yes,
sure.
like
Oh, yeah.
people pleasing was I don't anymore because it's exhausting. Like that in itself will create
Yeah.
burnout. If you are a people pleaser and
Yeah.
you are burnt out, I promise you, if you give up your people pleasing, a lot of that will fix itself.
Even just in one area.
Yes.
Like you said, like, even if you're a people pleaser, be a people pleaser, that's fine. But, like, just in one area, I'm gonna stop people pleasing at the school or,
Right.
like, at my kids for my kids' sports stuff. Like, it's just too much. I'll still people please at church or at
Right.
wherever, but, like, just in one area, and you'll feel a difference.
Not
That
that I
was
don't
like,
participate. Like I'll
"Oh,
participate,
right.
but I'm not you cannot give to everything. You can't make everyone
No.
happy. You're never going to make everyone happy. Never.
Nope.
It's not going to happen. And if you are making everyone happy, you are exhausted because
Oh,
that is exhausting.
100%. But then, like, also, too, my whole thing has always been, why are we going to try to people please when realistically, it's probably not going to be good enough to their standards anyway? So
Right.
all you did was bust your ass for them to still tell you you're not good enough or it's not how they wanted it, and you're like, "Excuse me? Do you know how many things I, like, said no to or whatever to do this thing?"
Mhm.
And then now it's still, like, not ugh.
How many times have you said yes to something when you actually wanted to say no?
That was one of mine lately. My therapist has been very good about challenging these things, these exact things to me the last
Mhm.
couple of years, and I think that I still feel like I need to have a good enough excuse. I still kinda feel bad when I say no. I feel like I need a good enough excuse.
And why? Why do we it's a
You should
mid
just
first of all, it's a Midwest thing because I'm telling you right now, if you
oh,
live on the coast, those people are like, "Nope, not doing that.
yeah.
Nope, not doing it. I just spent
Exactly,
3 hours in traffic. No, I'm not doing that." But
exactly,
in the
and they
Midwest,
don't feel bad.
we all feel like we have to like you have it's the Midwest nice thing where you have to be like, "Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
I would love to
It's a
be on that
mixture of,
committee."
yes, the Midwest and the Southern.
Yeah.
I feel like Southern people are kinda that same way of, "Oh, yeah, sure, Betty, I'll do
Mhm.
that," and then you're like, "No."
"Susan, I'm not gonna be on your committee.
"Yeah, Susan, and I don't
Susan,
wanna
we're
be in
not."
your group chat,
No,
so thank you."
and I don't wanna be on your group chat
Yeah,
either.
so don't put me in it because 'cause I'm not part of the group. Do you love that too? Have you side note, going off on a tangent,
ADHD
have you
tangent.
been though, been added to a group that you're not in the group? Do you know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, maybe before, but not recently.
Where it's, for example, maybe you get added to this prom committee because you have a kid that's that age and they just add all of the parents. I could see this being a thing
Oh,
where they
yeah.
add all the parents to this prom committee, whether or not you're helping with it or not. And then they just talk to strategic shit the whole time. And you're like, why am I in this? I am not on the committee. I'm a
Yes.
junior parent, but I'm not on the committee.
Yeah, so there's remind groups out there that
Oh,
you end
God.
up in every remind group that your kid is
Oh,
involved in, and then they're like, "Oh, Erin, Natalie's in this or Bella, and let's put all the parents in here and make sure
yeah.
they know all the not that I don't wanna be informed, but you can send me an email once a week and let me know what's going on."
Exactly. We just got a group me. So lacrosse uses group me. So now we have group me, band, I don't know, all of them, huddle, and like all of those
Mm,
stupid
mhm.
apps.
Yeah.
So I just got a new one. I just thought I'd tell you. Anyways,
I've never heard of that one before. Please, no one add me to anything on what was it called? Group Me?
group me.
I'm not having it. Okay, let's not.
No, no, it's
Okay, so I got
stupid.
what's a boundary you know you need, but you struggle to keep? Do you have one that's like glaringly obvious?
Kids. Yes.
Well, you can't have boundary with your.
Okay, we'll say this. Boundaries in
Uh,
the sense of, I guess, like holding my own against kids and being that broken record. I suck at doing that. So, like, Tommy hates that I get taken advantage of, but they
oh,
take advantage of
yeah.
me because they know that I am strong on those boundaries for a while, but then, like, it's exhausting, and they leave for a week, and by the time they come back a week 2 weeks, a week later, I'm like, "Oh god, we gotta do this again," and I suck at
Establishing.
re-stamping
Yeah.
that boundary of, like, "Hey, remember, we're doing this, and if we don't, I'm taking plugins. I'm taking cords." So, therapist, again, her idea is I don't know how to hook up that shit, which I don't know how to hook up anything. So here's your punishment. I'm unplugging. I'm taking the cord from your TV. Like I don't know how to replug all of your shit, but if I take the power cord that's this long just for your TV, your Xbox also won't work.
Yep.
So like I'm just taking the plug in.
Yeah, that's
So
a good
that's what
idea.
I'm gonna do. But we've had the conversation, but we haven't gotten there, which is good. That's probably good for Jude. But I think we've gotten there. I just haven't like
Done it.
yep. And so that's what sucks for me. That is a very prominent thing in our household where Tommy's just, "Are you gonna?"
Are you gonna
Because
follow
because
through?
I have
Are
been
you
the big
following through?
man and told them what the hell is happening. But are you gonna?
Uh huh.
It's just we should,
Yeah, I can
yeah,
see that.
yeah. So that's a thing for me. I do know that. How
Yeah.
about you?
I mean, mine is probably the same. The girls, especially with this is no secret, their bedroom thing is a. She's not listening, but
She's
fucking,
listening the whole time
it's a
except for right
fucking
now.
disaster. But yeah, that's probably That's probably my biggest one. I don't know. It's so hard. It's just,
Yeah.
and part of it is like we don't spend that much time here because we're gone. I mean, there's stuff going on like during the week. We're not home until 9 or
Yeah.
after because, right, there's softball practice, there's jazz choir, there's theater, there's dance, there's all the things all week long.
Meetings
And
and
so
this and
then
that.
when we're here, like I don't want to be fighting with anyone about anything. Like I don't want to, and I'm exhausted by that point,
Yep.
right? Like you're exhausted, and I'm
Yep.
like, I don't want to fight about. I'm not going to argue about this.
Yeah.
Just do whatever, right?
Yeah. Yep. And you want your peace.
Uh huh.
Like, I found it lately that, like, I'm so routine at night that I get home and I cook supper and then, like, I sit by my puzzle and I either do my puzzle or color or something by, like, 7 o'clock. And if I don't have that, I'm getting home sometime there was the other night, I was getting home at, like from practice, lacrosse practice. I'm getting home at, like, 9 o'clock at night, and I still find myself going, "Okay, I'm gonna put my pajamas on, and I'm gonna go sit, and I'm gonna do my puzzle," and I'm like, "No, it's like bedtime. You
Yeah.
didn't get that thing, and, like, sorry you didn't get that thing, but, like, you didn't get it today." And it feels like it throws my night off. And it's the same with the kids. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be we were just gone all day long. I don't want the few words I'm saying to you today to be a fight with you to get you to do something. And
Right.
that's what I've told Tommy. And I feel like as your kids get older too, it's even harder because you're also like, I don't have to teach them this anymore. They know this is important, but they also have shit to do. And so it's like, okay, I don't need to be as strong on my boundaries either, or like on my decision making and follow through because they're
Old enough.
15,
I know. Yeah.
16,
Hmm.
and you're like, I don't feel like this matters anymore. This isn't like not that it doesn't matter, but it doesn't,
I know what you
it's
mean.
not like super important to like, it's not a teachable moment
Right.
anymore. They already know that it's important. They know why it's important. So you're just like, do the thing. I guess if you're not, then your room looks like shit.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, realistically,
that's like what it is. It's like if you want to live in that gross space, you do you, but my space isn't going to be like that.
right.
Whatever. Yeah.
And it's out
And
of
I
sight,
hope
out of mind for
someday
me.
your roommate yells at you and gets pissed because you're a dirty, filthy animal. But all of you are Gen Z folks, so you're all going to live in
That's true.
muck
It's
and we're
true.
just going to go, I can't be here.
Mm-hmm.
All of us millennial parents will be like, no, 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 no. Nope, this is too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they do that on purpose. That
Maybe.
just came to me as I said that. Maybe they do it because they
Maybe.
know that like we don't want to be in there.
I don't think I'll have that problem.
I think that Sundays for our house because we transition every week, that it's easier to make Sunday our like, okay, you're not going to be here for a week, so you need to leave this space clean enough
Yeah.
so it can be like empty for a whole week and things aren't going to grow and animals aren't going to be in here or like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you need to put your laundry in the dirty laundry and I guess if you didn't wash it, I guess I will wash it.
Yeah.
Or you're taking dirty clothes to your dad's house and you can wash them over there. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's easier. That's a plus to the situation I have with kids going back and forth because you would get just when they're at your house all the time, I feel like it's hard to make Sunday a cleaning day. I think a lot of people try to do that, but I think that it gets away from you. But it's more so when the kids are at my house. I'm like, all right, you're going back to your dad's. Like things need to be figured out.
Well, and it depends on what's going on because sometimes Sundays are like last Sunday we were after church we went to Justin's parents and then we don't get home until like supper time or whatever. Like so then it's just
Yep.
like this. And
Yep.
then Bella had open gym for cheer, so then we're going
Yep.
back to Brookings to go to that. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
hard. Yeah.
So have you ever said yes to something and instantly regretted it?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
100%.
Like it comes out of your mouth and you're like, I should have said no.
Yeah.
And now you can't go backwards on that.
No, you can't be like, never mind. I think I'm gonna change my mind.
So I'm gonna say something, and this is Sherry will laugh at this. So Sherry used to always tell me that she goes, "No is a full sentence.
Yep.
Like you don't have to go
Nope.
no because
Nope.
like
Just no.
it's a full sentence. You can stop there. Like
Yep.
you don't have to.
I heard that recently from someone, and I was just like, "Yeah." I was like, "I've heard that a few times lately. Maybe that's a sign, I guess. I don't know. I just need to say no."
When her and I used to co-chair the youth board, The pastor used to, if he wanted, this is funny because Pastor Dan will 100% agree with this. So if he wanted a yes as an answer, he would ask me first and he wouldn't go to Sherry because she was much more likely to be like, no, we're not doing that. And like me, he'd be like, well, doesn't this sound like a
Aaron's the
good
people
idea?
pleaser. We're gonna ask
Yes. And so then
Aaron.
he would,
Yeah.
and then I would have to call Sherry and be like, okay, so here, we're going to do this thing. And
And
she's
she's
like,
like, "Why did you
why
say
did you
yes?"
say yes?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Like
mean,
instantly, Sherry's just like,
so,
"Why? I'm not. Why'd you wrote me in?"
right.
Also, if you say yes, she knows that means she said yes.
Exactly. That's why he would do that. I'm no
Oh,
longer that person though. I have no problem being like, no.
see, and yes, don't you feel bad when you say no without something else?
Yes, absolutely.
Again, it's that Midwest nice thing. Just no.
And I
Just
and I
no.
feel like, so part of that too, don't you feel like boundaries have a negative connotation that comes along with them?
Yes,
Like when
the
someone's like,
word.
I set this boundary, right? And so like it instantly has a negative feeling.
Yep.
So if you're setting a boundary and saying no to something that's actually really good and positive and right, like you
Right.
feel terrible unless you have a good excuse for saying no. That was something my therapist like, you don't have to have, you can't say yes to everything. And
Right.
I'm like, but it's really hard. And so that's why this year was like one of my things was like, okay, you have to say no to some things because I would say yes to absolutely everything because especially when it involves your kids or like
Mhm.
my nieces and nephews or whatever it is, like I'm going to say yes.
Like today, you said you're not taking Natalie. You're not going to go watch her team in Iowa because she's not playing. And then you're like, "Is that fine? Can I do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And that's what I've had to I think also having split parents and things like that too, like having the kids split and stuff, it's made me at a really even when Layla was younger and she was the only kid and I felt really bad, being young and like everything, but I still there were times where it's like I can't. Like I
Yeah.
can't afford it. Like I have fun at your gymnastics meet out of town. I'm glad your dad can take you. Like, I can't come watch you. I'm sorry. Like, I just
Mhm.
can't. And so there's always been, and so that's been a huge thing of ours too. Is if you're hurt, I'm not going. You
Right.
have to go. It's your team, and you should go because you need to support your team. I'm your parent. I don't have to go support your team. You're going.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, yeah, she has a sprained ankle and that, and so until physical therapy releases her, she's not playing. And I'm like, I'm
I'm
not
not
driving.
driving to
I don't know what is
Iowa.
Sioux Center's like. What, 2.5
Yeah, dude.
hours or something like
What?
that?
I
I'm
wouldn't
sorry.
either. No.
I mean, it is inside, so you're not sitting outside, which is,
Okay.
but still, not. I'm not going because
No.
my kid's not playing, and I'm
But then you feel
so
bad though,
lonely.
still. You're just like,
I do.
but you still were like, "No." And I don't know if 2 years ago, I would put money on the fact that any game or thing that your kid had, you would be at no matter how far away it was.
Yeah. Well, I even did that for Trey
Exactly.
when he wasn't playing. This year I didn't. He
Hmm?
was out. I just didn't go to the away games. I still went to the home games, but I didn't go to the away games because I'm like, no,
And
I'm
you
not.
normally would've.
Oh,
And, like, I think that
100%.
that's awesome that you were just like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. You're
Yeah.
hurt." Yeah,
And I have other stuff I could be doing.
exactly. I think that's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
I think there's been times where boundaries have been hard in my past. How do you feel about, like, types of boundaries, like, with certain people? Like
Oh, yeah.
like family boundaries? How are you with those?
Okay, so I've gotten better, but that's
Well,
therapy is, yeah. My therapist says, like, this is a every time we go over because it is hard.
yeah,
And obviously, like my family is super close. So setting boundaries
it's
is,
hard probably.
it is hard. But I mean, I do think this last few years have gotten way better just with the circumstances in that
Yeah.
boundaries are pretty, like, they're in place and that's what we're doing. But it is still hard, especially when it's your family, though. It is really
It's
hard when
hard.
it's your family because I know some people don't feel like that. But like for me, that's a hard,
Yeah, there was a hard boundary with my mom one time with Barrett because he was really mean to Jude
oh,
when they were younger, and I was like, "Barrett's not welcome here." And my mom was like, "Well, then I want to see my grandkids. I want a relationship with them." And I was like, "You can still see them. He's not allowed here. You can come, you can hang out, whatever, if Barrett goes to his grandparents or whatever, but, like, until he can treat people kindly, like, he's not welcome here." And that was hard. And
yeah.
that my mom and I got into an argument about it, like everything. And I was just like, she's like, what are you going to tell the kids? And I go, I'm going to tell the kids that he wasn't being nice to them. So he's not allowed here. It doesn't matter if
Mhm.
you're family or not, you're not allowed here. And I was like, if Barrett's friend was treating him that way, you wouldn't want that kid at your house. So I was like, this is why we're doing this. And I'm going to be honest. And I feel like that too, as you're teaching little kids, like if you do have little kids, teaching them by your actions, like that's the biggest thing. Like when kids are younger, is teaching them and showing
Yeah.
them what to do in those types of situations is the best thing instead of telling them. I feel like as they get older, then you can have like dialogue and
Right.
you can have those conversations. But little kids, though, I feel like at the time, my kids were the age they were, and I just feel like they needed to see and be shown that like it doesn't matter who someone is, they don't
Yep.
get to treat you a certain way.
Yep.
And I think that spoke volume. And it wasn't for very long. I mean, I think it was probably for the spring, 'cause I wanna say it was maybe for the spring, and then, like, from after Christmas type of thing until, like, the end of the school year. And then, like, in the summertime, he was around and things were fine again. So it wasn't even a long time, but it was just, like, I remember setting that boundary, and that was really hard because it's family. It
Mhm.
makes it even there's just that, I don't know, that extra those extra feelings there, you know?
Yeah.
The history and just
Mhm.
everything. Way easier than setting a boundary with a coworker,
Oh,
you
absolutely.
know?
Because anytime you set a boundary with family, there other people are going to be involved and other people have opinions.
Yeah.
Like we obviously have a boundary with one of my nephews, and that it has been, but
I feel like it's gone back and forth.
it does because I feel like it calms down for a while
Yep.
and then it's fine and then everything comes to the surface and then we got to
Ramps up
like go,
again.
we have to like remind everyone that like no, this is right,
It's
like
always been this way. It's
right,
just not been so prominent and there hasn't been an active issue with this,
right,
but it's always been how I feel.
right,
Like
and
you
I
have
feel
to
like
like, yeah,
well, and sometimes people, especially the person you set the boundary with, if you're not actively talking about it, it's like they're like, "Oh,"
it
and it's
doesn't exist
right, it
anymore.
doesn't, "Well, we're not
Right.
worried about that anymore," and it's, "Well, no, we still are. We're not talking about it every day, but it's still there," and so then you gotta remind people, which then brings up feelings and
Uh,
all the things again,
yep.
so that is really hard. Family is that's probably the hardest.
Hmm.
I feel like work is the maybe the easiest place to set a boundary. Don't you feel
Yeah.
like? Like, work is like, "No, I don't have time for that, sorry." Like,
And then we move on.
"No."
Right. Yeah. That's the whole thing. It's like
Uh,
we just say no.
uh-huh.
And it is what it is. And you just willy-nilly. But I found myself, and I don't know, I feel like maybe you have felt this way too because you're a people pleaser,
Yeah,
that it's almost harder to set boundaries with people you don't know than people you do know.
because you want them to have a
Be
good feeling of you.
yes. So you're like, okay, I gotta say yes. But like if it was your family, like if Sherry was like, hey, can you do this? No, I don't have time for that. But like the Susan asks you, and then you're just like, yeah, okay, Susan, I'll do it this time, but
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna tell Sherry no either, but
so I feel like it goes back and forth. Yeah. But I feel like it goes back and forth and it's hard where it's like work is easier to say no, but at times I feel like it might be harder. Like if you don't know the person very well.
yeah, I know everybody at work.
Yeah.
Actually, I just don't have time. So if anyone from work is watching, they already know
They're like, we're not asking Erin.
because I already have. No, I still do get asked, or I get things, and then other things have to be set aside, and I'm just like, I only have so many hours in a week. That is, but so I used to be salaried. So this is actually a good. So anyone who is salaried, so you can be taken advantage of real quick
Oh yeah.
if you're on salary. And I was salaried for a long time. And so then people get a certain expectation
Because of how
because
hard you work and how
right.
much stuff you get done. When realistically, if you were paid per
Right.
hour.
Yes. So that's the way it used to be. And so this last like year and a half, whatever, like it has been different because I'm like, nope, sorry, like I'm out of hours. Like,
See, and I feel like it's easier to say no if you literally have facts
mm,
to put it on. Because
yeah,
we are the whole like yes, no is a full sentence, but we still want to say like why. And it's way easier to say no when the facts are just that. They're
yep,
very black and white. I have no hours, sorry.
yeah.
And like literally, it's like, boom, I didn't want to do it anyways. But like, I didn't have enough hours. So that's what you know.
Yeah.
It's a
But it
lot
is.
easier. Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
Uh-huh. But also, so we talked about this before with the group text messages, but like
Yeah.
time as a boundary, like I'm not going to answer text messages after a certain time. I don't really have that
I
boundary.
don't, but I feel like I should.
I should too. Like lots of people put their phone on do not disturb after a certain time. I'm like, how do you do that? Like,
I don't do that, but I think I
I
do
don't know.
subconsciously not really look at my phone after like 9-ish. I don't really look at my phone. Tommy scrolls. It, anybody out there that knows this man, you might not believe me, but it is true. This man is on his phone all day, more than a teenager. I'd put money on it right now. Teenagers are at school and they're not allowed on their phones. That man is on his phone all day long. He's playing a game. He gets into the thousands levels of multiple games.
Oh,
That doesn't happen unless you're on your phone. How do you get to level 1,000? I've never. I have
yeah.
never. I don't think I've gotten over, I don't know, not that far. I know that. But I don't have that attention span. I don't like doing that. It just has never been a thing I do. Even if I get like a game and I'm like, "Oh, this is fun." I still can't. Like I still am
You
just
lose
like I can yeah,
interest.
very
Yeah.
very very fast. But like he can be on his phone. This is so true. On his phone, have his tablet on, either whatnot or a sport, and have the TV on, and he will know what's going on. He might know what's going on in the show more than I do, and all I'm doing is a puzzle and watching the show, and he
Yeah.
knows what's going on more than I do. How, what? That's why I just allow him to do it because I'm like, I know he's paying attention to everything else around him. My phone's going off too.
Oh, it was mine.
I have
That's
Layla's texting me, and I'm not really sure about what, but we'll find out after
it's a
this.
random. It's a
But I
random thing.
don't
Oh, emotional boundaries was the other one we didn't
like
talk about, but
that. I don't like. I don't like doing that. I
set an
have to.
emotional
Yeah,
boundary. Oh, yeah.
I have to. I don't like to.
That's probably the one place that that's the one place that I have the hardest time setting boundaries
Hmm.
because I'm the peacekeeper,
Yep.
and so I do. Everyone calls me
Mm.
like I'm the person that everyone calls to
Yeah.
complain about whoever else, especially family wise. That's it's family
Yep.
really is what it is. But that's
Mhm. Because I even call you about your family, and then your family calls you about them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it is, but that's I don't know. That's also my personality. We were just talking
Yeah.
about this at work because like people feel comfortable coming in to talk to me, and it's just a
Yep.
so part of that is just my personality, and that
Right.
I don't know the empath in me just
Same.
so I
Yep.
mean, but that is probably the most uncomfortable boundary.
Yeah. I can get really emotionally burnt out before anything else.
Yes.
I get very mentally burnt out before anything else also too, like not physically or anything. If I get too mentally burnt out, because like even with my job, like
Yeah.
I go home and I think about people and I think about whatever, and I wish that people's family would see them, and I just there's like that empath in me too of like, oh, I would really hate to be this person because like their family doesn't come see them and their
Yeah.
family's close and like why don't they do that? And like I
Mhm.
feel bad. And then I feel like I need to like maybe I could do something for them or like, you know what I mean? And then it
Yeah.
turns into this big thing. And it's so hard. It's so hard. That being that like you were saying like the thing for everyone. I feel like I'm not for my family as much, but I am cuz my dad too tells me. He's like, "Why are you telling me my aunt's very sick?" And it's his sister. And he's, don't you know if you don't go see them and you don't talk to them, it's not actually happening. That's literally what he says to me. And I'm like,
Oh.
that's not how that works. And he's
That
like, I know, but
oh,
if I
that's not
say
a
it
good way
enough,
to
then maybe that's what it'll be. And I'm like, that's not. And so he
risk.
always commends my strength and is like, the fact that you just go see people like in bad states and it's okay for you because you just love that person and you want to be he's like it's
Mhm.
too hard for me to do that and he's just very my brother's the same way. He's like, it's too much emotion. So then they
Yeah.
just shut down and they're just like, I can't. And so my dad thinks it's nice that like I still talk to my aunt. And he's like, you're the grandma of the group. Because my grandma used to be that person who like kept
Yep.
everybody together and told everybody what's going on and whatever. That now I'm that person. Like I talk to my cousin and my other aunt and uncle. And then like We all converse, and then I tell my dad what's going on because he's not
because
in
he's
it.
not.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
it's
probably
exhausting.
it is, and that is the hardest place because that is because you actually care, right? Like that's
Yeah. Yeah. It does make it really hard.
the other one was social boundaries, but we talked about that. It's okay to skip things. You don't have to be at everything.
Yeah.
That's probably the
I don't even
easiest.
feel bad for that. What I do hate, I don't know if it's worse or better in a small school or a big school. I guess there's probably different things for it, but I feel like in Brookings there's so much. I don't know, people might say something about this, but I don't know. For example, now that we're done with the sport, gymnastics.
Yeah.
I again, we're going to make group chats, we're going to do whatever, we're going to do all this. Last year I was in it, this year I wasn't. This year my kid was a senior, last year they weren't. And so again, anybody was wondering why I didn't help with anything. That's why.
Because you weren't
If
in
it
there.
was important enough that you wanted my help and you're going to point out the fact that I didn't help, make sure I'm in the group chat then. You
Yeah.
want me to be at your event at a certain time to help? No, no, no. Sorry.
Better make sure you have the information.
Better make sure. And I'm not going to seek it out because, guess again, all of us are in a position where I'm not going to seek out that information. No other person that was in that group chat, if they would have been left out of it,
Uh
would
huh.
have seeked out the information.
No, because you're
No.
too busy
Yeah.
already.
There's too much shit going on. So
No.
it's that same type of thing where it's I don't know if because we're in a big school it's annoying, but I also feel like you at your small school, it's like they almost maybe do it more because it's a smaller, tight knit school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's
And
like
people notice when you're not there.
yeah, and so I don't know. I kind of go both ways where it just sucks in general,
It does.
and I'm not doing it, and I'm not going to apologize for it. That's the thing too. It's like once you make your decision, don't let people know, especially in the social events situation, social boundaries. Like if you make your decision and stand in it. And that's I guess with any boundaries.
Yeah.
Know that the decision that you made is best for you and no one needs to know why. You
Right.
don't need to explain it to anyone. It's the best for you. And stand in that and don't let people, I don't know, make you feel bad. And don't let
Yeah.
people shame you or anything. And I don't know.
You don't have to apologize for
No,
yourself.
no,
It's no one else's business.
nope.
And yeah.
Yeah, yep, for sure.
Oh man, our next one is losing yourself. Whew, this is a. I mean, I feel like I lose myself on the weekly. So I think the biggest thing right now, right, is and maybe it's because we're like knee deep in motherhood, right?
Yeah.
Like actually, I was just telling Justin this. So our afternoon preschool class, a lot of them know Bella, right? But so for those of you that don't know, like I do chapel for preschool and whatever, but then Marie, our preschool teacher, has a helper and her name is Erin. So there's two Miss Erins at
Oh,
preschool in the afternoon. So I'm either Miss Erin with the glasses
oh,
or I'm Miss Erin, Bella's mom. There's like five of them that know me as Miss Erin, Bella's mom. Right? So like this whole thing about losing yourself as being a mom. Well, I feel like when you're in it, like that's literally like I rarely most people the
Bella's
conversations I
mom.
have and whatever, or you're just right like your whole day and your week, everything revolves around being a mom. So
Yep,
then you kind of forget like I am my own person. Like I have my
yep,
own things that I would like to do even though I don't have time.
yep.
So
This
you
being one of them.
so you lose
Yeah.
yourself in like all the mom things and you
Mhm.
forget like
What you like, even.
right.
Yeah.
Like you just do everything that everyone else your children
If you
wants or
ask any mom, what's a hobby you have? Majority of the time, they're going to be like, I love going to my kids' sports.
right.
That's not what I asked. I do too, but I can tell you a hobby I have. What is your hobby? Is what I'm asking you.
Your hobby is puzzles.
Yes, puzzles, coloring,
Yes, I
cards
like to
with Tommy.
color.
And like I think that again, and I was laughing at the fact that like Tommy was saying the other day about like come with me to pick up the dog cuz it's cute and whatever. It's
Mhm.
like okay, I might think it's funny and laugh at it, but I love it because the fact that we like to hang out.
Yeah.
We like to hang out together. We know each other very well. We do things for each other. We buy things like silly things for each other. Like We know these little things. We know music. Like before, in the last, I think probably in the first year and a half to 2 years that we were together. So we'll be together 3 years in May. And so probably the first year, I would say actually, we sent music to each other. I have a playlist on Spotify that's over 300 songs that are mostly him sending songs to me.
Hmm,
And they're all the songs he sent to me. So I just added them to a playlist because they're all ones he sent.
that's awesome.
And they're like, it's a variety. It's anywhere from like rap to like 90s country to like anything. But like it's super cool. And so we know each other super, super well. And I feel like there's a lot of people who get so lost in their kids' identity or
Hmm.
in their momhood and in what they're doing and how much they're contributing to their family that like they even dads,
Yeah.
parents in general,
Yep.
like don't know who they are. And I feel like that's why people grow apart and stuff because by the time their kids are grown 18 years later, you guys don't like the same things as you did when you met, I promise. You might like them kinda, but you both like new things too.
Yep.
And you don't know those things, you know? I don't know. I think it's important to hang out with someone. And again, I have the luxury because my kids are in
Yeah.
separate homes, so we have more quality time together, but then less time with my kid. I mean, it's a plus. We have more time together, but like less time with kids, so you have to make the time. I think in both relationships, you make the time that you have very important.
Hmm.
It's that quality versus quantity. And I
Right.
think since having kids and having split homes, I've very much had to remind myself of that so I don't get down on myself
Yeah.
for like not spending enough time with my kids. It's more of like, okay, but is the time you're spending good time? And it is. Are we hanging out? Are we doing things together? We being intentional when we have the kids so that then the time is good?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how much time there is. You know what I mean? And so I think that's a huge thing. Huge thing. I'm sure you lose yourself in your stuff too.
But because I'm with my kids all the time,
But you and
right?
Justin, I feel like, are also a lot like Tommy and I.
We
Where you
are.
make
I mean,
time together and things.
we don't have a ton of time, and we don't always prioritize going on a date because, once again, all of our evenings are right, like all of the things. And both of us feel like like Natalie is a junior, right? So we only have 1 year left of high school for her, and so it's like you want to be at all those things for your kids, so then you kind of don't. But I don't know, like we could do a whole thing on relationships, but to be honest, like Justin and I are pretty solid on the fact that I mean, we talk to each other and we're open, but we also like our marriage is has a solid foundation in faith. And so like I know like right, like he is my
Right.
first priority over my kids, which I'm sure a lot of people out there aren't going to agree, but that
That's
is
true.
that is
Yep.
100% like
Yes.
my relationship with him
Yes.
takes priority over my kids.
Yes, 100%. And I've said that to the kids, and my kids have been like, what? Because Tommy's not their dad. So
Yeah.
they even find it even more strange, I feel like. And I have said, no, like, because my job is to also show you what a good partner is and a good marriage and a
Right.
good everything. And this is what I'm showing you. So I'm
Mhm.
showing you, yep, we dance on a Saturday when we play records at our house and it's silly and you think it's silly, but as soon as you leave here, you're gonna be like, "You remember mom and Tommy, they're so stupid."
Mhm.
Like, whatever. But, like, that's what you need to see. And, yes, sorry, no, you can make your own food. We're going somewhere else. We're going on a date
Yeah.
because we need to spend time together
Mhm.
because I'm exhausted about you 2 and I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And it's like they're old enough and they can deal with that, but still,
It's true though.
it's true.
Yeah.
It is very true. Your partners needs to be, like, number 1 for
Mhm.
sure. Again, with this, with boundaries too, is like, that's setting boundaries with your kids.
Well, and that's how people lose themselves, right?
Exactly.
Because
That
they
scares
have
me. That
nothing.
scares me.
Yeah, and I mean, and it is easy, and I have seen it in multiple people that I love and care about, where it's like you have to like anyone I know who is. Oh, this is gonna rub people the wrong way. Anyone that I know personally who either has a rocky marriage or they've ended up getting divorced, I could probably point out sometime where I was like, "Yep, I see where this is going," because
Uh-huh.
they lost themselves and they prioritized. Usually, it is they prioritize their children over their marriage or whatever it was, and they completely lost themselves. And then, like you slowly started seeing
And you, like, resent the other person. You
Right.
start resenting the other parent like it's a competition
Mhm.
instead of like a partnership of
Right.
we need to be a team to raise these children instead of yes, getting lost in the kids and then starting to have that resentment towards anyone, specifically though like your partner.
Yeah, and I think people they start to either when their kids are almost done with high school or when they're in college or whatever, and then they're like, "Oh crap, like now I have to reprioritize." But the problem is if you have not prioritized yourself and your marriage or your relationship or whatever it is,
Eh,
it's real
It's
hard to
it's too late.
make that up. Like you can't go back. So if you feel
Yeah.
like that's you,
Here's your little
sign to
sign. Yeah.
take a moment and
I remember 2 summers ago, I think it was 2 summers ago already, a lot of parents in Layla's grade and Trey's grade, a lot of those parents were all of a sudden getting divorced. And it was I was like, "What?" And it was all parents who had maybe 2 kids and the younger one is like Layla's age,
yeah,
and then the other one's like a little bit older. And it was all of that where like that first kid is leaving and then there's what are we doing? My parents were the same way. My parents got divorced after my brother graduated high school.
yeah. I feel like that
Like,
happens a lot.
yep, and I think it a lot of it has to do I think with that first kid and then you're like, "What is going on? I don't even know." And yeah, we still have kids in the house, but like I don't even
Mhm.
it's like that you're entering a new stage of parenting and all of that, and I think at the same time, it's like a definitely an identity crisis for a
Mhm.
lot of people.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
lot, a
absolutely
lot
it
of
is.
people. I'm glad that we're not in that situation.
No, neither one of us is. So, I mean, I do feel like I do lose myself in motherhood a lot. And that's part of that is just because we're knee deep in it. But I also know who I am. And like, I still prioritize.
Yeah,
I
I
maybe
feel
don't prioritize my self care like I should, but
but you know who you are.
right.
If something, God forbid, happened to like even Justin and your kids, yes, you would probably lose yourself because something happened to them. But also at the end of the day, like you know who you are.
Right.
And that's the same with me in the last like from therapy, the last over 10 years of it has gotten me to this point too. And I think you and I, having known each other this whole time, your people pleasing self, but then my broody, whatever type self that I was, like, we are both completely different.
Yeah.
And it's because of things that we've intentionally worked on too, that
Right.
like admitted, yes, I know this is a thing. This is what I need to do. And we did that. And so it's easier for us not to get lost in that. We maybe notice faster or something. You know what I mean? Like we still
Right.
get lost in it, but I think that it's easier for us being a little bit more self-aware to like pull ourselves out from it to be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I know this feeling." You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I know what this means or whatever. I noticed that my burnout comes out physically in like illnesses or
Yes.
stuff in me because I ignore it so much.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, because it's usually emotional type stuff,
Yep.
and then you're getting mentally and emotionally like burnt out, but you're not noticing because physically you're feeling maybe okay and then it's all of a sudden you're just like super duper sick or you have a terrible migraine and you're forced to get that rest or whatever it is
Mhm.
because you're like physically ill
Yeah.
and you have to take care of yourself.
Well, you need to fill like that old saying, like you can't fill from an empty cup, which is 100% true.
Hmm.
Like eventually you have to do something to like refill yourself or
Yeah.
refuel yourself. Whether that means you rest or you, I don't know, get out and touch grass or,
Yeah.
whatever it
Right.
is, like you have to do something to refill yourself because you literally can't run on empty forever. And but I do feel like that's what a lot of
My
people.
therapist used to tell me when I was back, oh gosh, I think I don't even know if Rigby, yeah, Rigby was alive, but she was a baby. So like over 10 years ago, she told me I was dating someone and she said to me, and now I use this all the time with friends and everything. Do they add to your backpack or do they help you with your backpack? Because, and I say that
Oh
to
yeah.
Rigby all the time. I'm like, is this friend? Because we got one friend,
Mhm.
and the one friend is okay. I think she's adding to your backpack, and your backpack's pretty full already. And she has a little tiny handbag. that she gets to carry on her little electric scooter, and you have the giant suitcase. Yeah?
Yeah.
With your feelings and hers? I was like, there's something wrong with that. So it's the same type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, are they adding to your backpack or are they taking from it?
Uh-huh.
And they should be and she always used to tell me, you should be with somebody who helps you with your backpack and takes some of your bricks out of your backpack and puts it in theirs and like
Mhm.
tries to even it out instead of somebody who continues to add to yours even though they know yours is full. Because her argument with me was like, you're a single parent. You already have these 3 kids. It's very apparent how much stuff you have in your backpack and they're still willing to add to it. She's
Yeah.
like, there's something wrong with that. They should be helping you with your backpack. And I was like, oh.
That's
And
actually a
so that's
great
what
analogy.
so
It
that's what I
really
use
is.
all the time. And I think about it often, and I literally have said it to myself multiple, is this adding to my backpack or is this?
And then you're like, it is
And then I'm
adding to
like,
my
it's adding to
backpack.
my backpack. Holly, maybe you should say no to things then because your backpack is a bit full.
I actually really like that analogy a
So
lot.
there you go. You got a new one.
I got a new one to
Yeah.
use.
No, but it's because it's
Mhm.
so insightful, but so simple, but it's very easy to see in those terms of, yeah,
It's kind of like Natalie's therapist uses the spoon theory.
what's
Like you
that?
have, I don't know how many spoons you get at the beginning of the day. Like you get, I don't know, 10 spoons.
Okay.
And you have a test that you're worried about, that takes away 1 spoon. You
Oh,
have you're worried about softball practice, maybe
softball.
that
Yeah.
takes 2 spoons away.
Yeah. Is my knee
The
or my
morning,
foot gonna get
right.
better?
So
And
like
like,
you have to decide,
what deserves spoons and what doesn't
right.
type of
And
thing?
like, do
Yeah.
I have a spoon to give this or not?
Right. Are my spoons used up?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And
Yeah,
can
that's
someone give
good.
you an
Yeah.
extra spoon?
And whose spoon are you going to borrow from?
Yeah.
Are you borrowing your mom's, your sister's, whatever? Yeah.
Your mom's probably out of spoons. Don't ask her.
Yeah. Ask someone else.
I'm just kidding.
Fresh
You
out
can
of
ask me
spoons.
anytime.
Let's make a shirt that says it. Fresh out of spoons.
Oh, I like
Oh yeah, our
so
scripture.
we can, but I want before we go into that, I do this little piece here. So this is one thing when I'm in the car by myself,
Mm,
uh,
I don't as much.
especially when I am like feeling, I don't know, a certain way. I will put on my faith playlist as loud as possible. Like
I don't have one.
drown out the devil.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't have one. Will you send me and Bella too? Will you guys send me songs that you like from
yeah.
Spotify, and
I can
I
just
will make
share my
it.
whole playlist to you, and you can
Sure,
just save whatever you want
just
off
do
there.
that
It's huge.
because I just don't. I the only person that I go to when it comes to faith music, I'll go to Lauren Daigle because she's what I know, and I've
Oh,
gone to her concerts, and like so like I like her music. There's certain songs that like just pull things out, but like I don't know what to listen to. You know what I mean? I don't know what to listen to.
go grab me a Kleenex. She wasn't getting
I
my.
love that you're like,
She
I need
wasn't
a.
getting my like.
I thought you were saying like glasses. I'm like, you're wearing.
No, I need a Kleenex, Bella. Oh my gosh, I was trying to be all finicky about it, but it
It's
wasn't.
fine.
Yeah, I will definitely share it with you.
Yeah,
Cause
because I want to start listening, but I don't know where to start, and it's overwhelming for me, so I
oh
haven't. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And so if I have like your suggestions, also I need to tell Layla to send me some of hers because I know she probably has one too.
Bella
And
has a
then,
lot.
yeah,
Because obviously
send
that's
me some of your
Bella's.
faves. You
That's
don't have to
Bella's.
send me your whole playlist. You can send me some of your faves.
Because
but if I get your playlist and Layla's and your mom's, that again is going to be too much for me, and I might just not do it.
well, and Bella, that's
Send me some of
obviously
your faves.
that's the music they sing for praise band.
Right.
She definitely.
And Layla, like, there's a lot. There's a lot that Layla I know likes
Yeah.
too, and stuff from like Grace Point and
Yeah,
like
from
church and
church.
stuff like
Yep.
that. And I know some of them are on the radio and stuff too. Hannah too. Her like go to is like 96.5. Is that what it is?
Yep.
96.5. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
like
much
just
the
what's
only
on
one I
her
listen to in the
radio.
car if I'm listening to the radio. But
Yeah, and she has an older car, so she doesn't have like fancy Bluetooth or anything. So she just listens to that on
yeah,
her radio.
yeah, because there is something to that.
There
Just
is.
being like filled with worship and praise music rather than some of the other crap that's out there on the radio these days.
It's Taylor Swift or something, you know,
Yeah.
or Camp or Noah Khan or.
I mean, you can still
Could
listen
be
to some of
worse,
that.
but
So this one actually, so the verse that we have is from Matthew 11:28, and it's actually one of them that's highlighted in my Bible already. It was part of our devotional series
yeah.
with the girls. So
Nice.
it is, so yeah, Matthew 11:28. Then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest."
There you go.
Yep.
So pray, like we've said multiple times.
And it's a good reminder that like rest is biblical. Like it's
Yep.
literally all kinds of places in the
You talk
Bible where
about
it
they talk about
talk about
rest.
rest,
Yeah.
right? And Jesus didn't say yes to everyone. Like he
No.
said no.
A whole day. He created the planet and was like, I think I'm fine.
Right.
I'm gonna chill. We
Supposed to
think our
rest.
stuff is important.
Yeah.
Jesus was even like, and I'm done.
Like you're supposed to rest. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
You
The
weren't
day of rest.
you were not created to run yourself into the ground. Like
There are
that's not
7 days for a reason. The
right.
seventh day is rest to recharge. Tommy does that automatically. He didn't come to lacrosse last year at all on Sundays because even though we would go there in a day and come back and get home at like 6 or 7, he was
Yeah.
like, "No, it's my day." And it's also his day that he gets ready for work. Like he gets mentally and physically and packs his bags and makes
Yeah.
sure literally everything is ready for his whole work week of being out of town for a week. And
Mhm.
so that was his day that he like did everything. But also he says it all the time. He's like, "It's the day of rest. I don't need to do
Yeah.
shit." That's what he says all the
And
time.
that's good.
Yeah.
Like and you do need that cuz
Again, a
otherwise you
boundary he
if you
has.
get home late at night and then you got to be up early to leave for the week, like
Yeah.
I
It
can
can
see
just
that.
throw off your whole week. Yeah. And
Mhm.
he used to even say, I don't even care if we get home at 6 o'clock. That's still not even late. I understand. But he's just like, I'm just saying no. And so, like, that's a boundary he had. He wanted to really watch Jude and he would watch it online if there was a way to. But I'm sorry. No. The answer
Mhm.
is no. So he went to like one game last year in Sioux Falls, but that's all he could do because it's during the work season.
Yeah. And that's good.
Yeah.
You got to have your day of
Gotta
rest, and
say
that's
no.
fine.
Gotta say no.
So how about Jesus take the wheel moments this week? I'm gonna tell you mine. Our washing machine quit this week.
Oh, fun.
That's
Yeah.
great. Justin had fixed it like I don't know numerous times, and the last time he fixed it, he said, "This is the last time. I'm not gonna be able to fix this anymore."
This is the
And
last time.
so it was done. We had been monkeying around with it for a couple of days. So my in-laws got new washer and dryer because their dryer had quit. So their washing machine still worked. It is smaller than my previous washing machine.
Oh,
So that's kind of a bummer. Like I'm happy that we didn't have to go and buy a new
right.
one.
Okay, yeah. Being thankful for those things, if yes.
But my goodness, like now it's going to take longer because it's smaller.
And it's gonna,
It is quick. It is a quick washing machine, so I'm thankful
that's
for
good.
that. But it is smaller, so it's
Taking a lot,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, but so that's my Jesus take the wheel.
Ugh.
Yeah.
My Jesus take the wheel. I don't know. I think it just has to do with my kids. Stop calling me. You're not at my house. I think
Oh
that's just the whole
yeah.
thing. And it's getting Jude. Yeah, you're probably right. I should probably call dad for. Yeah. Because then he gets mad at you because you called me and you
Mhm.
didn't call him because you're supposed to call him because you're at his house this week. Hello. He gets just as frustrated as I do. Yes, call him. So I think I don't know how do you push it into a 15-year-old boy's skull to remember that, but that's
Yeah.
where we're at. Hey, if the trash is full, you should just take it out instead of trying to fit it. Yeah, see, it's with
Don't
everything. It's
shove
not
more in.
just him not calling his dad on his dad's time. It's his not doing anything we ask. When the eggs are gone, put it on the list. No, it's
Yes.
all the things. The jelly's gone. Guess who added jelly to the list even after we said it to put it on the list? Me and Tommy did.
Yeah.
Peanut butter's gone. You're the only one who eats these things. We don't know when they're gone. You do. It's very
Mhm.
simple, but we don't understand it. So those things are very frustrating at our house. So I think those are our Jesus take the wheel moments.
I can see that.
Yep. Tommy will text me a random thing. I told him to not put the eggs into the carton after he puts them into his thing, like the shell.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's like, I get a random text and I'm like, "Oh, I see we're eating eggs this morning." I'm like, "Oh yeah, are you trying to eat eggs today?"
Oh,
Cuz he
no.
just sends me a text. He's like, "How many times do we have to tell him?" So yeah, I think it's both Tommy and I's Jesus take the wheel.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, so that's ours.
We have a couple of questions that you can drop your comments down below in regards to this episode. So, what's one boundary that you all are going to start setting this week? Do it this week because if you wait, you won't do it.
You're not going to
So,
know?
we want to know what boundary you're going to set Like, it can be small. Start out small.
Yeah.
And then you're going to feel good and you're going to be like, okay, I can do this
I could
again.
set more boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we want to know. So drop that in the comments. What's one boundary you're going to set this week? And then what's one thing that you're going to do just for you? Like,
Yep.
that doesn't involve your kids or your spouse, or it can involve your spouse if that's what you want as your
Choose.
thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, what's one thing that you're going to do just
For you.
for you?
Yep.
Because we want to know.
Yep. And you can drop it in the comments or you can email us if you don't want everyone in the world to see it too at bluntandblessed25@gmail.com.
Yes, you can email us too.
Yep.
Or any other questions you have or ideas for episodes you want to
Episodes.
hear.
We will be interviewing more children because that was a hot deal
It
last
was.
week and everyone loved it because everyone loves kids. I
Right.
think it's a kid thing. And I do think it's interesting getting the insight of kids, their perspective, you know?
Yeah.
So we will be doing more of that. My kids to come and Natalie to come. Probably
Mhm.
another one will be Trey and Layla talking to them about graduating
Yes. And future and all
and
the
them going
things.
to prom together and
Yeah.
all
We
of
should maybe
that.
wait till after they go to prom.
We should and ask them how prom was
Yes.
and then
Or like about
looking forward to
graduation.
that last month of school or whatever because
Mhm.
it's like at the end of March-ish
Yeah,
is
that
when
would be
prom
good.
is. Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be coming up in the next, month-ish or whatever, but
Yeah.
anyways, yeah.
But otherwise, I want to remind you that all the work you do is holy, and especially with this week, even setting boundaries and resting for yourself, that is holy. Literally, that is holy.
Yep.
But whatever you're doing, whether it's chasing little people, sitting in the carpool line doing
Getting
laundry,
drive-through.
yes, whatever it
Whatever.
is, all your work is holy. All of it is important.
Yep. And we love you, but Jesus loves you more.
That's right. Have a great week, everyone.
See ya.